Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm pretty excited. What we're going to do is we're going to do a black smoky eye with the Game of Thrones palette. This here is something that you've probably already seen in my Mother's Day haul that I did with my husband. He went to Sephora and picked out a full face of makeup all on his own, and he did a fantastic job. The crazy thing is that we don't even watch Game of Thrones. And so he just picked it out purely because he loves the packaging. He thought it looked cool. They had it on display out in the middle of Sephora, and it drew him to it. So that is what we're going to go with. And when I saw it, the black is just absolutely amazing. And when I saw it, I was like, I need to do a black smoky eye. I've only done one other black smoky eye in my entire life, and I loved how it turned out. I liked the way it looked on me. It definitely is like, if you're going to go on a date night, dinner, you know, going out somewhere, a work party, whatever, it's definitely that kind of look because it is so bold that you know, you definitely need to be going somewhere, not just to the grocery store or Walmart or something like that, you know. So anyways, I wanted to say that it's so funny that I got this. See, we don't watch this show. We don't watch the show, don't know anything about it. I know it's probably in the medieval times or something like that because I've seen like little pictures here and there, but I know absolutely nothing about this show. And the funny thing is that there's a channel, and I was pulling it up, that's why I was looking over here, but there's a channel called Emma and John, and it's Emma and John, You're Welcome. And they do a lot of Disney vlogs where they're at Disney and they go to different restaurants and they tell you, you know, the good restaurants and all the, you know, they're in the shops, and it's really neat. And they're very, very into Disney, and they're the cutest couple. So if you don't subscribe to them, go check them out and see if that's something that you'd be interested in watching. They really are a sweet couple, and I love watching them. They're just cute together. They're just so cute together. Anyway, so I have it pulled up on my phone. I'm looking at it right now. But they started a series of the Game of Thrones. So they both watch Game of Thrones, and they absolutely love Game of Thrones. So they come on here, and I watch them just because they're adorable. I like to see the way they interact and everything. And I told them in their comment section, I'm like, I don't even watch Game of Thrones, but I love watching you guys. So I'm still watching, even though I have no idea what you guys are talking about. And so when my husband brought this home, I just immediately thought of them. So I'm going to tell them that this video is up. You know, I know that they're not into makeup. I think they watch some of my hauls and stuff like that, but they're not into makeup or anything like that. But anyway, so maybe they'll watch a makeup tutorial just because the Game of Thrones palette is being used. So anyways, I'm going to get into this and turn off my phone so that we don't get any interruptions. That way, no distractions, guys. Okay, so this is the outer box, and I thought, this looks so cool. I'm just going to keep the outer box for a while. If it starts getting tore up, then I'll get rid of it. But I just thought the outer box was cool. You open it up, even the inside of the box, outer box, is even got maps on it. I know it has something to do with the show, but I wouldn't know. But it's just kind of cool. You know, they attention to detail. And this is definitely a collector's palette. And, you know, it's definitely a showpiece. And so you open it up, and it has a mirror here, and then it has a quote, and I'm sure it has something to do with, you know, the show, of course. And then you open it up, and voila! That's the throne. 3D throne. It just looks cool. I know why my husband got it, because he likes that kind of stuff. So he was like, okay, if I'm going to buy makeup, I'm going to get something that I kind of go towards, not all that frilly stuff. So anyways, and then this slips out. And I've already done a full face on that video. That, of course, I'm not going to show this without you seeing that video first. So that will be up before this video comes out. But it has some pretty colors in there. I'm just excited. Like, it's kind of grungy. You can do a pretty look. You can do a natural look. I did play around with this little glitter down here. I'm not too thrilled yet with these little specialty shadows down here. They're just kind of chunky and a little different. Everything else that I've kind of swatched and looked at, you know, I've liked pretty well, but those down there, I'm not sure about them. And it's probably user error because, like I said, I'm not a makeup artist. Okay, I thought maybe I would do a chit chat. I'm going to do some white on my eye since I'm doing this black smoky eye. So I wanted that white base down because I want it as black as it can get. This is a black sparkly, and I've never done a black smoky eye with the sparkle, so we'll see how that comes out. But I think I'm going to go in some of this. My brushes have glitter in them. So, and I'll link Emma and John's channel below if you ever want to go check them out. They're just so cute. So, and I love their accent. I'm starting out with, and it's so funny because you guys might watch Game of Thrones and you might know what I'm talking about, and I have no idea. So, I'm going to start out with House Lannister, whatever that means. And I'm just going to do like a transition color because whenever you're working with a black smoky eye, you don't want just black all over your eye. So you need to do a little something to kind of, you know, soften it around the edges. And black smoky eyes are fun to me. I love the look of a black smoky eye. Very sultry looking. And now I'm going into Nymeria, N-Y-M-E, Nymeria, probably, Nymeria. And putting that right down a little further, closer to the lid to kind of deepen that up. Kind of give it a transition. So, anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video with my husband. He really put a lot of thought and effort into it. And he was, I mean, he was just so sweet in that video. And I don't know how much we end up having to cut out, but like, he's a sweetheart. And I know I'm a very lucky woman to have him. I'm very blessed. And you guys will get to meet him finally. So I'm going to go into this Lannister red a little bit and just kind of even get a little closer to the lid and put that Lannister red in there. Just, and maybe focus it a little bit more on that outer side, just to kind of deepen a little further. Of course, I'm such not and I'm just winging this, so hopefully it turns out okay, but I'm not a makeup artist. I love makeup. I'm a makeup enthusiast. I love makeup. I think that I can do decent eye looks, but they're not, you know, by far, you know, anything that, you know, Mac is going to hire me to do. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not going to happen. But I sure enjoy it. That's what counts. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go in and see, this is trial and error because when you don't know how a shadow performs, I don't know if I need to put it on with my finger or, sorry, I'm bringing in my mirror a little closer. I don't know if I need to put it on with my finger or a brush, but I'm going to do a packing brush. And we're going to try to dip into this black. It is beautiful. I mean, it looks, I don't know if you can tell. Let's get it up here by the light. But it looks like little gems are in it. It's so pretty. It just looks like a black geode or something. It's so, so pretty. Let's see if this makes a difference. I don't know if that's picking up on camera, but it's gorgeous. Ooh, yeah. And I purposely did not do my face makeup because we're dealing with fallout, I'm sure. And I didn't want to apply this wet. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Because I want to be able to move it around. Being it is a smoky eye look. There is a level of concentration. I don't know if you know this or not. There's a level of concentration that requires you to open your mouth. And that's what I'm doing. So please, make fun of me quietly behind the screen so I don't hear you. And the more concentration there is, the wider your mouth gets. So like with mascara, you have to have your mouth completely open so that you don't touch your eye anywhere. I don't know if you guys know that. This is just, you know, tips with Debbie. And it's free. I'm not charging you any extra. Okay. Now I think I'm going to blend. I'm going to take that brush that has the transition color still on it and just kind of blend out. Carefully blend out so that black doesn't go too far up into the transition area. It's such a pretty black. Like when it's on your eyes, you can see a little bit of the sparkle, but it's not overpowering black. And I think I'm going to try to use the eyeliners that I was going to try. I'm going to put a little bit of black around the top and kind of blend that in with the black eyeliner. And the nice thing is you don't have to get this nice and straight, so you can use whatever black eyeliner that you have, but it just kind of deepens it up closer to your lash line. See how that deepened that up, and I'm not even done yet, but it does make a difference. And then I'll go back in with that brush, flat brush, with the product that's just already on it, and just kind of blend. Of course, there's a little bit of fallout, but it's really not that bad. This is such a neat palette. And the color story in it really just inspires me. I don't know, there's just something about that color story that really inspires me. So you'll probably see it again a few times on the channel. All right, I'm going to take this and go up in my I don't want to do He Got Me. Also, the waterproof 24 glide-on pencil, long-lasting Urban Decay Game of Thrones Dragon Smoke. So I'm going to actually put that down in my waterline since it goes with the palette. It's a black sparkly pencil, but it is so pretty. Like, I've used black sparkly eyeliners before and they don't look that good. So usually it's like really big chunks of glitter that just do not look good in your waterline, but this liner is awesome. Bring it down a little bit. And sorry for the fallout. I'm just leaving it there so I can wipe it all off after I get done doing this. I'm going to wipe it off and then I'll probably wipe again. But you see how that, I need to blend. It's my Lexi brush. I'm just going back in, deepening it up with Nymeria and House of Lannister towards the eyebrow area. Bring it up a little bit further since that black. Black is really, really difficult to get completely, well, maybe it's this black too, but completely blended out because it's like you don't want to take the color too far up. Because once you do, there's no going back. It's black. See how it makes my eyes look green? I love that. I'm going to wipe off the excess that has fallen out, and then I'm going to go back in and do the under shadow underneath the eye. And I will do my foundation and lashes off camera and come back with the final look. But these shadows, I really like them. And I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I have no stake in Game of Thrones. It's not like I'm a fan or anything. I'm telling you, I like these shadows. I know that there's already been, people that are kind of iffy about it, but I really like them. I just think they're very pretty. They work well for me, and I'm not a makeup artist, but I just think that they're highly pigmented. They blend well. I mean, I guess if you go into here to some of these other colors that they may not mesh as well, but I still think that they perform very well. So, okay, going to do kind of the same thing, going back into House Lannister, kind of laying down a neutral base, kind of taking that far down underneath the lash line so that I can layer the black on top and give you the same kind of mirrored look from what I did above. One thing us women with a little bit more mature skin need to know is not to be afraid to put shadow underneath your eyes, because to tell you the truth, it's more concealing of fine lines than putting concealer. When I put concealer underneath my eyes, I usually only keep it like right in here and maybe just like right in here where it kind of divots in a little bit and gets dark. That's all the place that I put concealer, because if I get it up underneath this real sensitive skin underneath here, it looks awful. It makes it stand out way more. And I've tried, and I'm not just saying that I've just tried like a few concealers. I've tried a lot. I've tried high end, low end. I've tried everything in between, and no concealers look good with my eyes like that. So don't be afraid to put the shadow down there, because when you bring that shadow down, it conceals it. Like, all I have to worry about is this down here and all those little fine lines that are up underneath that lash line. they blend in with your eye look, and it looks good. So don't be afraid to bring that shadow down and make a smoky look. I totally just had, you know how random things pop in your head? And I was just telling you about bringing down that color and mirroring the lid on the top. And I'm like, don't be afraid to go ahead and bring that shadow down further. And I totally had a Bob Ross moment where in my head it popped in, you'll be glad that you did. He used to always say that. So bring the shadow down. You'll be glad that you did. Tell me down below if you remember him always saying that. Bob Ross is like, I can't paint a picture to save my life, but that man is so talented. I used to watch him when I was younger, and like, it's inspiring. Like, I love things that are creative. It doesn't have to be, you know, something that I do anymore. Like, I mean, I just think it's inspiring to watch somebody create something out of nothing, a blank canvas. Kind of what makeup is to me also, is just a blank canvas that we turn something into something that we turn our blank canvas into a work of art. And that's why I think, you know, when you start going down the road of, oh, you can't mix this with that, and you shouldn't do your eyes like this if you have this eye shape and all that, I think it just totally sucks the creativity out of what you want to do with your face. Don't let anybody tell you what you can do to your face, because that may just be their opinion. And I know that there's a color wheel, but, you know, sometimes you put something together and it looks good, even though it shouldn't. And so, and you know, I think a lot of times when people do the palette bingos and they get these colors that they're like, oh no, you know, and then they put a look together and then they're like, hey, this looks pretty good. They would have never done that because they're like, oh, that color doesn't go with that color. So, you know, this is something that's fun, and we should just leave it at that. And there's some things where rules are good, and then there's some where you really should just do your own thing. Okay, getting close. I think I'm going to run a little bit more brown underneath there and smoke that out a little bit more. You just keep going back and forth until you get a perfect blend, because with black, you have to kind of take it in layers to get that smoky look, or you're just going to look like you're laying down a flat black, you know, and you might as well just take eyeliner and just rub it all over your eyes if you're going to do that. Okay, I think I'm at a stopping point where I can clean up, do my lashes, and come back on with my foundation and everything done and give you guys a final look. I'm just sorry. Sometimes when I drink coffee and I come on here, I'm just like, sorry. Anyways, this is kind of where we're at right now. It's going to look a lot better with my lashes done. So I will come back and we will see the final reveal. I'll be back. See you guys in a minute. Okay, guys, I'm back. This is my final look. I went with the nude lip. I used my new mascara that he also got me in the video that you've probably already watched, but it's the Kat Von D Go Big or Go Home mascara, and I put on some of my smaller lashes on the ends of my eyes. And so here is my black smoky look, smoky eye look. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Move my hair out of the way. I like how it turned out. I like the shadows. I think they perform well. I give it 2 thumbs up on this palette. Even though I don't watch Game of Thrones, I think that it's worth it. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I'm really glad that you guys watched this video. And I hope that you guys all have a blessed day. Bye.